Hello and welcome to the High Roller channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the top 5 most rage-inducing features within Escape from Tarkov that I believe need to be fixed or if not outright removed. And trust me when I mention the last point in this video to any other EFT vets within this game, trust me, it makes them foam at the mouth with anger that I dare even say this about their precious little game. So yeah, gatekeepers be warned with this video, it's a massive trigger warning ahead. So just before this video starts, I'm just wanting to mention that yes, I know this game's in beta, it's not the final product. Yes, I am not an EFT vet. I have stuck 500 hours into this game in the past good few months now, but I've not been playing this game for years and years on end. And also I do believe that the devs will finally get around to addressing these problems, but hopefully sooner rather than later. So with all that being said, let's get into the first point. Also, if you agree or disagree with any of this, let me know down in the comment section of what you agree or disagree with me, whether it's the entirety or just little bits of the 5 here. So the first point I'm wanting to make is Scav AI needs a Rainbow Six Siege operation health pretty much. Oh Jesus Christ, where do I begin? I think the number one issue that I'm having with Scav AIs is them despawning and respawning anywhere. It just doesn't really make too much sense. I did have a video until it got corrupted, so sadly I can't show it, but I did have a video of me chasing a Scav round the entire outside complex of the storage facility in Trailer Park and Customs. I shot him a couple of times and he went, oh, it went round the corner. I went, haha, turned around the corner and he just was literally about 50 metres down the road from where he was 3 seconds ago, so clearly he kind of despawned and respawned kind of just down there the second he got out of my lines of sights, and I ended up chasing him around the whole thing because I couldn't catch up to kill him, and all he had was a TARKOV on him as well, so it wasn't even worth my ammo. The other issue with Scav AI as well is the amount of times I've went into a location like military checkpoint base and customs. Sorry for mentioning customs again, but I've went to military checkpoint base and I've cleared it out, and there's been no one there when I arrived. There's no PMCs, there's no Scavs, there's no rolls, there's no raiders, there's no Scav bosses, there's no nothing there. I go, cool, I'm going to make my way to Stash then, and all I hear is 5 secret breaches that all just spawn around me, and I can't defend myself because I'm getting shot from 5 different angles. And it's not just Scavs in general that are doing this, it's also raiders as well. I believe Scav bosses and other rogues as well are quite bad for doing this, but raiders love just spawning out of nowhere and just one-tapping you instantly. And I just don't really agree with this because I feel like raiders are really fucking strong for their aim accuracy and their headshot rate, and having multiple of them spawn on you out of nowhere when you've cleared that area and go, yet no one's here, for them just to spawn behind you and just shoot you in the back of the head. I just don't think that's fair, especially when I've done the work of clearing the place out, either shooting everyone that's there or just showing up and clearing it out manually just to save from a visual perspective as well. The other thing as well that I've noticed with Scavs is that they know where an enemy is, they'll point to them who are like 2 stories above them from the ground floor and just don't bother chasing after them. They just sit in the spot, and you can see the Scavs just like walling the enemies but not refusing to go up and charge at them as well. Yeah, I think Scavs overall need a really big massive rework. I think raiders, in my opinion, are a wee bit too shroud. if I had to pick a better word, it's yeah, they seem to pop off like shroud a bit much, and I understand once you figure out the knack of dealing with them, it's fine in that, but Jesus Christ, when they spawn behind you, I just think that's unfair. Just hear raiders, just hear the mercs, bang, you're dead instantly. It's really aggravating. I think Scav AI needs a big, massive rework overall. So we'll get into the second one quickly since I waffled on with that one, which is interaction. The interaction within Tarkov is a little bit frustrating to say the least. One of the things that I'm not really seeing that many people talk about, in fact I've only seen one person talk about it, and that's my mate because I mentioned it to him. I've not seen any videos of it. I might not have just come across them, but the messenger for your insurance and flea market sales is really annoying to get around with. The amount of times I went to click on Prapor for his insurance and I've accidentally hit that little pin button and it pins it to the top, and I go, whoa, what's going on? I go and click on it again, and either I get into my insurance or I click on like unpin and it moves it back down, or I click on, you know, I find that whole pin system for your messages, I don't know anyone that uses it. If you use it, let me know again down in the description, but me personally, I don't ever see the point of using it. I really don't. It's just a feature that I just don't care to use. I understand you've got a whole big section to click on, but I always click center and that's where the pin is, and jumps things about and it winds me up quite a bit. I think the pin system should be just removed. I don't know anyone who cares for it really. I would like to be able to right click it and set as favourite, so if I was instead of left clicking Messenger, if I right click, it knows that the one that I have favourited, let's say I just want Prapor from insurance, I right click it and I just go straight to insurance. I don't have to go into messages, then click on Prapor, or I could do it with Ragman if I want to do flea market items as well for the sales as well. I think that would be a nice little feature. Also, just in terms of interaction, just to speed things up as well, I think it would be a nice wee idea if you could right click empty slots within your PMC's character to navigate to get an item on it quicker. I think that might speed up the process. I think one of the things that Tarkov is suffering from is once you die in a raid and you come out, or even if you successfully come out of a raid and you've got all your stuff, by the time you sell everything on, or if you die, you've got to re-loot yourself. It can be a kind of a, you know, if you've not got the greatest patience, even if you have good patience, it can wind you up for the length of time it can get in. So I think being able to right click your empty backpack slot or your empty rig or your empty armor and go armor flea market or armor insurance, so you can click on it and it'll give you a drop down menu without you having to go into your Prapor insurance of what armor you would there and what health is it. You just click on it, boom, the armor's right there. I don't have to go and sit there and manually drag everything over. I can do it with helmets, headgear, headphones, and I can do it with backpacks, tactical rigs, and even weapons themselves. I can just right click in the empty spaces on my character's loadout and it just does it for me a lot quicker. Or if I want to go to flea market, I can just get straight to armor or backpacks instantly. The other issue with the interaction that I'm having as well within Tarkov is trying to open some boxes is a mind game within itself. And I think the worst or the best case scenario for this is, the way I'm trying to word this is, the worst thing for interaction is airdrops. Trying to open an airdrop is a mind game of its own. The amount of times I've tried to open it and you've got to hit it so slap bang in the middle and be standing at the right angle to open it. Also, there's some big giant weapon crates that are really difficult to open. You try and like stand over it, it won't let you open unless you're aiming at the absolute sweet spot to hit the interaction button. I think that needs to be fixed as well. It is quite annoying, but the overall interaction with the game is a bit cumbersome and could be reworked on. I think I had a couple of features, but I think just to save up speed and time, I'll just move over to the third one, which is kind of looping back to the first point, which is Scav Karma. This one I'm not going to hold back on. I'm getting absolutely beyond sick to death of me really trying to care for my Scav rep, and I can't shoot first at someone who's trying to kill me who's another Scav, or just a Scav player just seen me and shoot me outright. There needs to be something done about this in my opinion, because Scav rep just doesn't punish, nor is the consequences of killing other Scav players as a Scav that punishing to begin with, really. I really did care about my Scav rep when I first started playing this game. I wanted to get it up to a lot. I wanted to get a better in-game items as a Scav whenever I come in, so I could get like good access key cards and get good weapons, good backpacks, and good grenades and stims and intelligence falls, yada yada, so on and so forth. But recently I've gotten so frustrated with it that anyone who shoots anywhere near me at all, I'm just shooting them on sight as well, because I'm getting sick to death of just getting one-tapped by other Scav players instantly, because either A, they're new to the game, there's not a tutorial that tells them about Scav reps, so they don't know any better, or it's just horrible players that just don't care because the Scav rep's not punishing them enough for them to really care about Scav rep, and they'll just kill you, take all your loot, sell it on or use it. I'm getting quite fed up with this feature. And the other thing as well that I don't really think is particularly fair is the amount of times I've spawned in let's say factory as a Scav, and way and truly before I've even searched for a game, someone in that server has decided to shoot at Tequila as a Scav, and Tequila's just pissed off and he's throwing a temper tantrum. I've spawned in and he just starts shooting at me, and all Scavs start shooting at me as well because he's throwing a temper tantrum because one player shot him. Even though he's killed that one player, he'll go around and kill every other Scav player imaginable on site. I didn't do anything. Why am I getting punished for that? Like I've got a high positive, Scav KD rep, I'm good. I'm not shooting at you, Tequila. Leave me alone. I just don't get why I'm getting punished for someone else being an arsehole to Tequila, to Tequila as a Scav. Why am I getting punished for that? I understand the big man's just an angry sledgehammer. He is just like Russian Sledge from Siege pretty much. But yeah, it's a really annoying that, to be quite honest. I think Scav Karma needs to be a bit more brutal. One thing that someone suggested to me, which I would like to kind of see be implemented, is if you're being that much of an arsehole with your while playing as a scav, and you're just killing all your other scavs on sight, I find spawning in with fucked up health and broken limbs and light blades and heavy blades and getting like nothing but tozzies and no backpack and no rig, etc. And I think might be a great way to try to discourage people from being arseholes and killing scavs when a scav as well. Also, I think there needs to be something if you're shooting near people and your aim's dog water because you're trying to kill someone. I also think that you should be able to just shoot them as well. And I understand it might be a bit difficult to kind of calculate if you should or not, but I think if you have a negative scav rep of 1 or lower, I think at that point, if anyone just kills you outright, they just don't get punished for it. They might get rewarded in scav rep instead. And also, I think shouting like constantly and just doing all of that if you're in pain would indicate to other scav players this scav is spawned in injured. This is the only sound they make if they've got a really bad negative scav rep and they've got a known history of killing other scavs on site. So you know to avoid that player, or you can just go to 10 on them and kill them with no consequences. Again, quite a controversial opinion, but here we go. Scav Karma I think needs a rework as well. So getting on to the second last one, we're getting obviously glitches. There's two main issues with the bugs that I'm having with this game. Is whenever I try to move from one section of the game to other, let's say I'm going from my loadout to main menu, or I'm going from main menu to hideout, or if I'm going from here to the traders, my game kind of goes and stutters, and the audio stutters, the visual stutters, and it goes on for the longer you've been playing the game. So usually after an hour, an hour? Sorry, I had to say it. And the game will start just like, and it'll just fix itself. But if you have been streaming this game for 6 hours straight, it'll just it literally goes on for about 10 or 15 seconds and it stops. Then I can move on with my life in the game. It's been in the game for a very long time. All my mates have it, I have it. It needs to be fixed. It is getting really annoying, that as well. The other thing, even though it was a lot more common about 2 to 3 months ago, it still happens on really rare occasions, and it even happens down in more watered down versions of it. Just switching weapons sometimes can fix it, but I have had, and my mate Melon and a few other people have had this as well, is where you bug the hell out during a PMC run. You can't aim, you can't shoot, you can't heal, you can't reload, you can't throw grenades, you can't do anything. Buttons don't work, you can move about really, that's it. You either have to extract or you just die and you can't physically shoot or do anything, you can't heal, nothing. This bug is still in the game, and I'm not sure it's been reported 1,000,001 times, but it needs to be addressed a lot quicker in my opinion. The fact that such a game-breaking bug is in the game is just mind-boggling. It's been in the game for a long time now. I think it's been in for about 3+ months and it's not been addressed yet. It is a lot rarer than it used to be. It used to be quite a common bug, I think, once they did a major update in the game. But yeah, it still happens, and yeah, again, if you've had any like bugs or crashes or weird things happening, my mates blue screen a lot. I don't know what's causing that, but they blue screen a lot with this game, or just the whole PC freezes and they have to like turn it off at the wall and basically turn it back on. But yeah, I understand it's in beta, there's a lot of work to be done in this game still, but I think these issues need to be addressed first as well, the glitches. So we got to the final one. I said this was going to be the most controversial one, which it's going to be, and the second I say this, if any of you all use hardcore weapon fans who have never fired a gun once, this is going to trigger you. EFT, Battlestate Games, please, for the love of God, remove weapon malfunctions. I'm sorry, but they should not be in a game. This should never have been added in the first place. I understand this game's about realism, but sometimes you can take it too far. Just like how I think Call of Duty's went far too cartoonish, and I think they've just lost any shred of their realism. I think Tarkov have kind of done the opposite thing, where they've went just too realistic, and I'm sorry, but I do not agree with giving the enemies not only a free kill, but free loot out of something that is completely beyond out of my control. And before any of you mention, well, that's why you repair your weapon. Yeah, every time I repaired my weapon it went up to 100%, fine, and it didn't cost any extra. But the fact that the weapon repair barely does any weapon repair to itself, and anything that is 93% or lower in durability has a chance of jamming. So when you're done, it's at a 7% peak of 93% or higher durability, your gun is not guaranteed. Sorry, your gun is. I'm wording it wrong here. Sorry. Your gun will not jam unless you use the wrong type of ammo, or you're doing something incredibly stupid with your gun. And if you're being sensible with it, the gun will never jam on you. The second it goes from, I think, 92.9% or lower durability, it has a chance of jamming. I just don't agree with this. I really don't think it's fair that something that's completely beyond out of my control and something for me to just die over, lose all my fucking hardcore loadout and everything that I found during the raid should just be instantly gratis to the enemy. There you go, have it, kill me, you get XP for it, when they haven't earned it. I'm sorry, but it is complete and utter BS, especially for the fact that most of my jams that came from when my weapons are almost brand new at the 90 to 80% stage. And a lot of times when my guns are like 60 to 40% durability, they rarely jam. Just from what I understand, guns in real life don't jam that much. They just don't. But for me, they jam so frequently, and I just don't agree with it. The other thing as well, I'm going to get into deeper with this as well, is when your weapon stops firing, your character goes, I don't know what to do. You've got to press L. He goes, the weapon's jammed. That's why this big giant shotgun shell's sticking out and I can't fire another round. It's surely the second that happens, the animation should just kick in. Right, okay, tilt the gun to the side, pull the oh fuck yourself, I forgot the charge handle fully back as well, get the round discharged and get another one in instantly. I shouldn't need to inspect it. Your guy should know how guns work. I mean, come on, as well. It's overall, I just don't agree with handing the enemies a free kill pretty much, or something that's completely beyond out of your helping pretty much. I understand that there's weapon repair kits, but they cost a small fortune. They don't really do that much in my opinion, and yes, you can find them in raid, but they take up a lot of space, they weigh a lot, and that armor repair kit weighs 20 kg. I believe it's the second heaviest item, the first one being the tank battery. But yeah, I think it's something that should be scrapped. I think when you're in a fight, I think it should be a case of who outplays who's got the better guns, who's got the better accuracy, who's got the better intelligence to outplay someone else. I think having a feature that goes, fuck you, you're losing, absolutely out of control, ripped all power out of your hands, you're losing, goodbye, and they just run up on you and you're so defenseless and they just mow you down. I just completely disagree with that. But yeah, I'll wrap the video up there. It's getting to 18 minutes, that's a bit longer than I like my videos to be, but again, sorry if I triggered you, but that is generally my opinion. But if you'd like to leave a comment down below if you'd agree or disagree with me, let me know, and I'll see if you can change my mind. But again, thank you for sticking to the very end, it's been greatly appreciated. So I live stream on Twitch every day at 8 PM British summer time as well at TV High Roller. There's links to my Twitch, my Twitter, which is also at TV High Roller, all caps as well. And there's also a link to my TikTok at High Roller Clips. All links are in the description at the bottom of the description as well. And yeah, if you want to come check me out, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you could subscribe, hit the bell notification, help small Tarkov creators like myself. I'm uploading a lot more than usual, and I'm live streaming a lot longer as well. And looking forward to the wipe to come as well. And again, thank you for all the support recently, it's greatly appreciated. Make sure to smash the like button as well. I love yous all, and as always, keep on rolling. See yas. Siki Brichi.